Go ahead and push record. Okay. Hi, Diane. Diane's listening in. Diane's my success partner. She's all the way in California. Okay. So I wanted to, this is interesting because I'm going to be looking down at my notes a lot, but I wanted to share with you guys just a bunch of takeaways that I got from the leadership conference last week. Like I said, it's a lot. It's a lot of just amazing information that I got from it. So certainly I'm going to share with you guys the slides when I'm finished. So I also did a quick video yesterday or the day before that kind of went over some of the summit information for 2015. Did any of you guys watch that?
I did. Yes,
I did.
So that kind of gives you a little bit. We got the opportunity to sit down with the network on Friday. It was like Jeff Hill, Michael Neiman, so all the big guys at corporate, and we got to really ask questions. And one of the big questions was, how are you going to accommodate 25,000 people in Nashville and, actually have some sort of traffic control? So that was cool to kind of hear that they do have some sort of they kind of have an idea of what's going to happen. You're going to register for either the blue track or the silver track. And I would like to, when we do get our emails around April or May, I would like to see if we can kind of all get on the same track, because we'll be able to go to the same workshops together and general session. Now this year it's going to be a little different. Our general sessions last year were everybody, like all the coaches. This year they're splitting it in half. The only general session that's going to be all together is Thursday, and that is when they'll do the product announcements for all the stuff that's going to be coming out, and then recognition. So they'll announce top coach and all premier and elite and that sort of thing. So other than that, and then the other difference was you get to sign up for your workout before last year. And I know Diane was there last year. You basically just went and hoped and found a spot. And it was crazy. It was sometimes you had to wait in line, but this year you'll sign up and you'll know where you're going that day. You'll know that, hey, I'm going to work out with Shaun T today, so I'm going to go do Max 30. So hopefully that avoids a little bit of traffic since they opened up a lot more spots for people. So, okay. So the first thing I wanted to chat with you guys about in regards to the training, Tracy Morrow spoke first. She is a Superstar Diamond coach. She's been in the business for probably since it started. She's been a coach for years. Diane, do you know how long she's been a coach? I know she's been for a while. I want to say 2008.
Yeah, I don't know, but definitely one of the beginning coaches.
One of the beginning coaches, yeah. So she knows her stuff, and she talked a lot about leadership and your integrity as a coach. And what really, she talked about the heart of the company and basically continuing to be a person who shows integrity in this business and allows yourself to love what you do, but you're also loving and sharing and helping others along the way. So one of the things she shared was talking about raising our personal bar. As you know, personal development is a big piece of this company. And, as we grow, integrity is something that defines who we are. And as we continue to grow with our integrity, people will follow us. And I think that's a big part of when you're consistent in your business and when you're consistent in growing and showing people what you're doing, people are going to say, hey, this isn't just a thing that she's doing for a month and then she backs out. It's something that, they're going to believe in. They're going to believe in the company and they're going to want to reach out to you for help. So she talked about some personal development, and I'm sorry, I keep going back and forth here up to my notes. She talked about the trusting people and kind of, celebrating successes. She talked about great leaders ask great questions. that is actually a recommendation that she had. It's a John C. Maxwell book. And that was a personal development book that she recommended that she had actually found a lot of benefit from. I'm trying to see here what other, was there any particular questions that you guys had from the video that I shared? Because I don't know if I want to repeat some of that information. A lot of stuff was about Premier and Elite and how you get there this year. If that's one of your goals, I certainly can share with you that if on a private message, I can share with you kind of how it's calculated and how the points are for that. We don't need to kind of discuss that tonight, but that was one of the things that corporate talked about a lot was elite points this year because it's changed. To become an elite coach, you have to be 5-star and you have to have what's 135 elite points this year. And that's all based on your Success Club, your personal volume. So definitely reach out to me. I know some of you have goals this year of Premier, so definitely reach out to me and we can kind of set up a call separately to do that. Let's see what else. Okay. I'm actually going to post this little chart in the book. It's something that Michael Neiman talked about what the key concepts or the key attributes of a team leader is. And when I first started, like I said, I was only in the business for a discount coach. And as I've grown in this business, I'm learning to be a better leader and to help my team grow. I definitely think that there are improvements, but I think we all have that where we're trying to be a leader to our own teams and how we can better and how we can benefit that. So what I would ask you guys to do is look at your team and look at who you feel is a team builder or a team leader. They recognize here in the benchmarks, a team leader, or I'm sorry, a team builder. A team builder is somebody who is probably an Emerald coach at least, is somebody consistently making Success Club 5 and is making that like a non-negotiable. It's somebody who has 2 personally sponsored coaches at least, as they're Emeralds. And they have a certain amount of team volume on their weak leg. So when you think about who your team is, think about who would benefit you with your goals and somebody that is maybe shooting for diamond. Somebody who's a team leader may already be a diamond coach or very close there. They are somebody, again, that makes Success Club 5 a non-negotiable. They have 4 personally sponsored coaches or more. And again, at least one of those coaches is hitting Success Club. So this is something that I'm going to post in the group. It may be confusing as I'm just verbally sharing it with you guys, but it's a great way to look at setting your team up for success, putting that belief in their mind and saying, okay, look, this is where you're at. You are consistently hitting Success Club. You have a goal of diamond. This is where you can go from here as a leader. So take a look at your team and who you feel is a team builder. Maybe you just have discount coaches right now, but down the road, you are going to find people that are leaders in the group. Michelle, I love your son's face right now. I can't keep your straight face. All right. So let me see here. Do you guys have any questions so far? There's so much information in this book. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. Okay. So one of the regional sales directors, Kim Carver, spoke about the 3 key disciplines of self-leadership. So the first discipline he talked about was something that we say over and over again, commitment. In order to be successful in this business, you are completely committed to your goals, your incremental goals. You have the discipline to make them and meet your commitment. So you have goals set for the month, and your goal is to be committed each and every day to hit those goals. He talked about successfully applying these principles and viewing your goals as actions rather than just putting them on paper and not doing anything about it, but actually putting them into action. Discipline 2, he said it was called control the controllable. So what he asked us to do was identify at least 5 to 8 daily actions that we can control. You know, we go through life all the time, and there are certain things in life that just are out of our control, but there are things that we can control every single day. Next to those tasks, write what directly impacts you in reaching those goals. So is it, these daily tasks should be some of your vital behaviors. Rank them. He said, rank your task from most important to least important. This kind of reminds me of Push by Chalene Johnson, and how we identify our push goal, and we should be focusing on the most important tasks first when we work our business. Align your time in that way, because that's where you're going to be most productive. So he gave us some examples, things we can control in our life: our fitness, our nutrition, our business hours, contacting and inviting, running challenge groups or coach sneak peeks, personal development, follow-ups, and attending events. So attending events like Super Saturday, or events that our team is having. Those are things that we can control. Okay, I'm just reading my notes here, and I can barely read my handwriting. Okay, so that was the second discipline. The third discipline that he talked about was be fully accountable with your actions. Turn your good intentions into good habits, and that's what's going to align you to your goals. This goes back to our success partners. Always be accountable, and he said to at least 2 people. So you may have an accountability partner in your workouts. You may have an accountability partner with your nutrition, and maybe in your business. So find 2 people, and maybe one is your success partner. Maybe you have, a workout partner that messages you every day. Diane is my success partner that we chat with on a weekly basis, but I also have Anne, who messages me every day in the morning and then in the evening, just to check and make sure my nutrition has been on track and that sort of thing. So finding people that are going to align with your goals, and finding somebody that you kind of work well with, and that is something that he recommends as far as your accountability. And again, holding yourself accountable is important. Being proactive, and it kind of creates a culture of accountability for your team. When you're showing consistency, your team is going to follow your lead. All right. Do you guys have any questions so far? I'm leaving the best for last, because Melanie Mitro, of course, I had to take 3 pages of notes on her. Okay, so and again, I really do think these slides are going to help you. I just added them to the group so that you guys can get an idea of what I'm reading off of. Some of the stuff I'm reading is from my notes too. So Melanie talked, she was the second speaker to go. She talked about creating a recruiting culture. And she basically went through what she does, and how she markets her coaches, how she targets her perfect coach or her perfect customer. What she does first is she identifies what her ideal coach is. Somebody that is going to fit her niche. And for her, it was a stay-at-home mom. She is somebody that works from home and is somebody that finds it challenging to go to the gym and take her kids with her. So she was looking for people that needed that support and accountability, and that would fit her needs and would relate to her. And so that may not be us. There are some people that do enjoy going to the gym, but also enjoy our products. So it's kind of finding something that works for you. I don't work from home. Some of us work full time. So finding that balance and finding those people that are going to relate to you. So she kind of puts out an image of people that she's looking for, people that she's attracting in order to get people to join her challenge groups. And she finds an image, she speaks to them about it, she shares through social media, posts about coaching, and she goes from there to kind of find a coach that would be ideal to her. From there, you can tell she's very, very organized with her marketing plan and her like monthly like tools that she uses. Each month she says that she advertises for at least one challenge group. So she starts at the beginning of the month. After 2 weeks of talking about this challenge group, she starts recruiting coaches. She then tends to make this coaching a theme. So one of the examples she gave was around the holidays, she did this theme called Cash for Christmas. So sharing with people how that they could make extra money with the holidays. She puts this in a YouTube video that she does. She said, you know, here's what I'm running. I'm running this coach group. Whether it's a 5-day sneak peek or an Emerald to Diamond group, any of that, she opens it, she invites it to anybody that's interested, and starts creating a monthly plan of action from there. And again, some of the other themes she uses for challenge groups, she's used something called Battle of the Bulge. She's done a group called Pay It Forward, which is something where they shared their transformational stories together. And that seemed to be a really popular group that worked for them. So after that, before she launches the challenge group, you'll see that she's very into blogging. She does a lot of blog posts. She says that she writes a blog post not only about her challenge groups, but also about coach apprentice groups, or a coach apprentice could be your coach basics group. So those run hand in hand. She does a YouTube trailer for exactly what she's looking for. So she'll say, you know, I'm looking for motivated moms who, I mean, I don't know if she narrows it down that way, but I'm looking for motivated people who want to make a full-time income. And she kind of relates it to what she's looking for to find coaches that will meet her and her team. She doesn't reinvent the wheel. She basically uses a systematic approach where she's kind of just taken what she's learned through Coach Basics and trainings and things like that. She doesn't make it complicated. Every month she does set up a business opportunity call where she tweaks the theme, and she basically sets it up for people to join in and share, you know, for them to ask questions, with kind of the same thing with the 5-day sneak peek, but she runs a video where she posts it on YouTube and people can come and look at this business opportunity. And she said, she posts it, she says it's 9 o'clock live, but she's already recorded it. So she basically has already recorded it, practiced it, and then she posts it at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So that way it's not, you know, at live or whatever. She's already planned it and she's gone ahead with it. She does use access to the challenge group guides, but she does kind of style it and makes it her own. Those are helpful, you know, guides to help you every step of the way, but she does kind of make it her own and makes it workable for the people in her group. She talks about using PicMonkey and making eye-catchy images. She always thinks that's a good way to get people to come in and ask questions. Her coach opportunity call is always scheduled the 3rd week of the month. So it sounds like she gets her challenge groups set up. She starts recruiting coaches, and then the 3rd week of every month, she focuses on the coach opportunity. And that's when she sets up the coach opportunity call, and she does it once a month. Let's see. And I did post, did you guys see the video that I got from Kendra that she had taken during the conference? That is basically this information, but from Melanie's standpoint. So again, talking about the business opportunity calls, she talks about, you know, taking the leap of faith and joining the team, giving them an extra level of credibility. She pins all of her images on Pinterest. That's something that I need to start doing. It's just another social media that you can use to help, you know, people may come and reach out to you through Pinterest. So she pins all her images through Pinterest as well. I've only used this once. It's called wufoo.com. WUFOO.com. It's a free-forming building site where you can actually do your, say you post a blog about a challenge group, and you can actually put an application in the group. So if somebody wants to join your group, you can have them fill out the information through Wufoo, and it'll submit to you. And you can look, now for her, she's probably getting tons and tons of applications. And that's just something to give you guys an idea. I've only done it once and I didn't get anything. So I've actually kind of done like just reaching out through private message or email. So you can try it and see if it works for you. But that's just another resource that she had given to us.
Can you spell it again, Caitlin?
Yes. Yeah. WUFOO.com.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. And then the last thing that she talked about was confidence, and teaching confidence to yourself and, of course, your coaches. Posting eye-catchy images to your coaches, sharing with new coaches. She basically talked about putting your blinders on and really focusing on what you're passionate about in this business and keep moving forward. The confidence will build over time. I think for her, she said her biggest fear was confidence, and she walked into this knowing nothing. She said that was something that she just kind of went all in. Her passion was helping other people succeed, and she just, wanted to work this business, and that's what she did. She encourages posting several times a day, reviewing coaches' posts, sharing common business practices, shifting the wording in your post. She says often using keywords, like she'll say 15-star diamond coach. I don't usually do this. I won't put 2-star. You can put diamond coach, emerald coach, that sort of thing. She sometimes shifts her words to make her more credible. So that was something that she gave as an example when she's posting. Again, she's very into tracking and recruiting success. So she often uses the business activity tracker that we have in our back office. That she makes a list of her working coaches who are working the business, and she tracks. She sets a goal each month for them and increases that goal each month. So maybe your goal this month is you want 2 of your coaches to hit Success Club, and then add 2 coaches. So as you keep moving forward, you increase that goal. You want your team, in order to hit Premier, you want your team to hit Success Club. So that should be something to think about when you start building business builders. I think that was it for her. Again, her slides are amazing. So take a look at those and let me know what you think. Do you guys have any questions so far? You guys okay? Yeah. Okay. The last thing that I wanted to share, and this was actually probably my favorite speaker, Trina Gray. She is a superstar diamond coach, and she talked about developing leaders. And she gave a couple of examples, but she related it to everyday life. And it was a very eye-opening training. So she first talked about how we compare ourselves to others often, and how we really need to try to not be like everybody else. We are our own person. We're going to connect with the people that we relate to. We have to do it in our own way. And I'm somebody that does this. I'm somebody that's like, oh my God, like I've been doing this for this long, and this person's only been a coach for a year. And, we often compare ourselves. We're our own worst critic. So she talked about not comparing ourselves. Comparison to other people will kill you. That's exactly what she said. Help your team find their voice and continue doing that through personal development and being able to help them find who is going to relate to them the most. She talked about branching out, but staying rooted to your family tree. meaning that your team is your team. Stay connected to your team, but you are also able to go, if you find other resources that are beneficial to you through other teams, absolutely go out there and use them, collaborate with them, and hopefully, you'll find some additional success with that. But that was kind of what she said about branching out and staying rooted to your family tree. Remember who your team is, stay connected, but certainly, and that's kind of why we're in all these groups. It's sometimes hard to keep track. We're in Purpose for Life, but then we're also in Fit for Life and all these other groups. So sometimes that can be a little overwhelming, but it's just important to know that you do have other resources out there to utilize. Okay. Okay, so again, this is kind of a repeat about the success partners and how important it is to connect with a success partner. She told me what she does is she actually connects groups in 5 rather than 2. Sometimes it hasn't been successful, sometimes it has, but she feels that in a group setting, they can tend to learn from one another. Maybe 2 of them work better together, but then as a group, they can come up with better ideas for one another. Have them create like a 21-day challenge with each other. So you find 5 people, kind of like the Team Cup. You find people that are working towards the same goals you are, and you create a challenge group and you work with them, and you add, of course, your customers to that. So it sounds like she has been successful with finding a group of 5 people and finding a team of people that have the same goals and are going to be successful. It's very similar to a success partner. She talks about your downline, and we obviously have coaches that are not as active as others, and there's really not much you can do about it other than you reach out to them, and if there's anything that you can do or anything you need, that's what you say to them. And they may say, you know what, I'm not ready right now. I'm not ready to push. Something in my life has happened. So you can only be as active and as a leader to the coaches that are willing to work and be consistent and want to take part in the business. So, she talks about consistent Zoom chats with your team. If you're working with a coach who is shooting for diamond, reaching out to them and making sure that they are meeting their goals for the month. So these are all kind of like the same, things that we already know, but she kind of put it in different terms for us. I think that's it. My next page is compliance, and I went through that already on the video because that was super boring when they chatted with us about compliance. But I just want to make sure you guys are all aware of compliance, and they're really kind of honing in on all these different compliance issues. So if you guys have any questions on some of the ones that I went over in the video, let me know and I'll explain it further. But the basic ones that I went over were the ones that they talked about: income claims, product claims, like you saying that Shakeology cures blind. Like, you don't want to post things like that on your Facebook. And then, of course, income. So if you're talking to somebody or you're posting about the financial and the business opportunity, they actually have like a statement that you have to put in that each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. And then it says Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody coach opportunity. So you basically have to share that when you're saying to them, well, I made this much money. Sometimes we'll do posts about, like I've done a post in the past about paying off my car. So when it comes to income claims, you have to put that, or compliance will come after you. So I think that's it. Do you guys have any questions for me thus far? I know I was talking kind of fast, but it's so much information. But that's why I wanted to give you guys the slides to have to look over.
Hey, Caitlin.
Yeah.
What are the qualifications for National Leadership Conference?
So in order to attend next year, you have to be a 2-star diamond by December 31st of 2015. That's it. You don't have to have a certain amount of points. You just have to be a 2-star diamond coach.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And they're going to this was the first year that they did it. They're probably going to do the same sort of thing next year. We gave them a lot of positive feedback. I wish it was a little bit longer, but it was great. I mean, they spoiled us rotten, and it was so great to be able to work out with Autumn live and to actually see corporate, see, all the different units, to hang out with Carl and just to really get to know this company a little bit better. So it was really cool. Anybody else? You guys have any other questions? No? Okay. All right. Well, I hope that was helpful. Like I said, it was clearly better when the leader spoke about it. But I will, when I get the 2 other videos, Trina's and Tracy Morrow's, I will post their videos into the group too, so that you can actually see them speaking about everything. And the slides, like I said, is helpful too. It doesn't have my notes in it, but you can actually see the slides that they posted as well. So, all right.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, I hope that was helpful. If you guys have any questions, again, if you have questions about Premier or Elite this year, reach out to me. And then again, also about like the fun compliance stuff that I can share information with you about too. All right. All right, guys. Well, you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good night.
Bye, guys. Good night.
Bye, thanks.